Hello everyone. So today we are discussing Dalton's law of partial pressures. Dalton's law of partial pressures. Okay. Suppose if you take a gaseous mixture, if you take a gaseous mixture of non-reacting gases, that means what? Take air. Example of air. Air is mixture of single gas. It is the mixture. Okay. Air is made up of mainly what? Oxygen gas, nitrogen gas, carbon dioxide gas, and little bit inert gases will be there, argon will be there. But major gases are what here? Oxygen, nitrogen, CO2 you take suppose in air. Now air is the mixture of what? Mixture of non-reacting gases. Now oxygen, nitrogen, CO2 at room temperature, they don't react with each other. That's why they are called what? Non-reacting gases. That is the mixture of what? Non-reacting gases. So in this mixture now, this oxygen exhibits some partial pressure, nitrogen exhibits some partial pressure, and CO2 also exhibits its own partial pressure. Now, what is the total pressure of that gaseous mixture? The total pressure of gaseous mixture is equal to partial pressure of nitrogen gas plus partial pressure of oxygen gas plus partial pressure of CO2 gas in the air. So, what is the Dalton's law of partial pressures now? It states that the total pressure of a gaseous mixture of non-reacting gases, the total pressure of a gaseous mixture of non-reacting gases is equal to the sum of SUM, the sum of partial pressures of all the individual gases present in that. In the given mixture, all the individual gases have some partial pressures now. So the sum of all the individual partial pressures of all the gases is equal to what? The total pressure of the gaseous mixture. So Dalton's law of partial pressure states that the total pressure of a gaseous mixture of non-reacting gases is equal to the sum of partial pressures of all the individual gases. This is called partial pressures, means law of partial pressures, given by whom? Dalton. Okay, so account this now. If you take here the non-reacting gases mixture, what I'm taking here? Gaseous mixture, air I'm taking here. In this air, suppose we have nitrogen gas, oxygen gas, and CO2 gas. In air is what now here? Gaseous mixture. Gaseous mixture of what? Of non-reacting gases. Of non-reacting gases. Non-reacting gases. Okay, now we have taken suppose 25 degrees Celsius. It is called room temperature. So at room temperature, we have taken the mixture of which gases? Nitrogen, oxygen, and CO2. Okay. Now here, air is what now? The gaseous mixture of non-reacting gases we have considered. If you take any mixture of non-reacting gases, okay, nitrogen gas has its own partial pressure, and oxygen gas has its own partial pressure. CO2 gas has its own partial pressure in it. Okay. Now the total pressure of this gaseous mixture is equal to what? The partial pressures of all the individual gases. This is called Dalton's law. Suppose here in this case now n small n N2 is number of moles of what? Number of moles of nitrogen, and small n of O2 is called number of moles of O2. Number of moles given by what? Weight by gram molecular weight. Number of moles of anything is equal to given mass by gram molecular mass. So N2 means what? Number of moles of nitrogen gas, and number of moles of oxygen gas, and number of moles of what? CO2 gas. So we have taken number of moles of each and every gas. So there will be some moles of nitrogen, some number of moles of oxygen, and some number of moles of CO2. So three types of gases we have taken. These three gases at room temperature are non-reacting gases. They don't react with each other. Okay, ma? Now here, mole fraction we have discussed in solutions lesson. Okay, mole fraction means what? The number of moles of individual gas divided by total number of moles. The number of moles of Individual gas divided by the total moles of what? All the gases in the mixture. Suppose I am taking here mole fraction of N2. Mole fraction of N2, how to indicate? X N2. Here X indicates what? Mole fraction. X is meant for mole fraction. X N2 means what? Mole fraction of nitrogen. Now how to calculate mole fraction of nitrogen here? X N2, number of means for mole fraction of nitrogen is equal to number of moles of only nitrogen by total number of moles. Total number of moles means N total. N total means what to take here? Number of moles of N2 plus number of moles of O2 plus number of moles of CO2. This is called what now? Total pressure of the gaseous mixture. Okay, only number of moles of nitrogen upon the total number of moles of gaseous mixture is called what? Mole fraction of nitrogen gas. So like this, mole fraction of every gas we have to calculate first to know the partial pressure. To calculate the partial pressure, what we need? We need mole fraction. We need what? Mole fractions of all the gases. Now mole fraction of nitrogen is calculated by the formula number of moles of nitrogen upon total number of moles of nitro means gaseous mixture. So this is what now here what is mole fraction of nitrogen. The same way, tell me mole fraction of O2. Mole fraction of O2 is equal to what? Number of moles of O2 divided by total number of moles. Total number of moles. So number of moles of oxygen gas, upon number of moles of gaseous mixture. This is called mole fraction of what? O2. The same way we can write what now? Mole fraction of what? CO2. Mole fraction of CO2 is equal to number of moles of CO2 gas divided by total number of moles of gaseous mixture. Total number of moles of gaseous mixture is equal to what, man? Total number of moles of gaseous mixture is equal to number of moles of oxygen plus nitrogen plus carbon dioxide. This is total number. So like that, mole fraction of CO2 is equal to number of moles of CO2 divided by number of moles of gaseous mixture. Like this, first what we have to calculate in this mixture? Number of moles of each and everything will be given. Every individual gas number of moles will be given to you in problem. Then you will be asked to calculate what? Partial pressure. Partial pressure will be asked. So now to get the partial pressure, what we need? We need to know what? Mole fractions of all the gases. Now mole fractions we have calculated by using this formula. So how to define the mole fraction of every gas? Mole fraction of a particular gas is equal to the ratio of number of moles of that particular gas to the total number of moles of gaseous mixture. The number of moles of the ratio of number of moles of individual gas to the total number of moles of gaseous mixture. That is called what? Mole fraction definition. So like this mole fraction we can calculate for each and every gas first. After calculating mole fraction, partial pressure we can calculate. Suppose I am taking here partial pressure. Partial pressure. Here small p you take. Partial pressure of, okay, or partial pressure I am taking here. So partial pressure of, suppose nitrogen I am taking first. Small p indicates what? Here partial pressure. So suppose a partial pressure of what? Nitrogen I am taking. Partial pressure of any individual gas is equal to mole fraction of that particular gas into total pressure of this mixture. Suppose here for this air we are taking what now? Total pressure of gaseous mixture. This is called P total. What is called? P total. P total is equal to what now? Here suppose 1 atm I'm taking what? How much here? 1 atm is the total pressure. The total pressure of this gaseous mixture P total is taken what? 1 atm at 25 degrees Celsius. At what temperature? 25 degrees Celsius. At room temperature, suppose I have taken 1 atm is the total pressure of this gaseous mixture. Now how to calculate partial pressure here? The partial pressure of nitrogen is equal to mole fraction of nitrogen into total pressure of gaseous mixture. Total pressure of gaseous mixture. So total pressure of gaseous mixture into mole fraction of that particular gas is equal to partial pressure of that gas. So partial pressure of a particular gas is the product of its mole fraction and total pressure of the gaseous mixture. So this is what partial pressure of what? Nitrogen now. The same way, tell me partial pressure of O2 now. Partial pressure of O2 what? P, small p means partial pressure. Partial pressure of O2 is equal to what now? Mole fraction of O2 into P total pressure of this gaseous mixture. Okay, ma. The same way we can write what now here? Partial pressure of CO2. Partial pressure of CO2 is equal to what? Partial pressure means small p here. Small p of CO2 is equal to mole fraction of CO2 into total pressure. Total pressure. So total pressure of the gaseous mixture. Total pressure of the gaseous mixture into mole fraction of that gas will give what? Partial pressure of that particular gas. So in this way, we can calculate partial pressure of each and every individual gas. Each and every individual gas. So after calculating partial pressures, we have to take the total pressure of these all partial pressures. Sum of partial pressure of nitrogen, oxygen and CO2. If you take, that will be equal to what? Exactly this total pressure value. Whatever total pressure we have taken, that will be equal to what? Partial pressure of nitrogen gas plus partial pressure of oxygen gas plus partial pressure of CO2 gas. All these partial pressures equal to what? Total pressure. So what is the total pressure we have taken here? Partial pressure of all the gases is equal to what? Total pressure. So what we can write now here? Partial pressure. So P total, suppose P total is equal to what? P of nitrogen plus P of oxygen plus P of CO2. So the partial pressures of all the gases together what? Total pressure. So total pressure of the gaseous mixture here. Total pressure of the gaseous mixture is equal to what now? Sum of the partial pressures of all the individual gases. Sum of the partial pressures of all the individual gases is equal to what? Total pressure. So it's about what now here? The concept of partial pressures. Once you take the screenshot of this, I'll adjust the board. Just so otherwise, I'll take the screenshot and send to you. Okay, you only take my better. You only take the screenshot of this. So it is about what now here? Dalton's law of what? Partial pressures. Okay, so it's about the Dalton's law of partial pressures. Have you taken a screenshot? Now next. So next topic is that the same in Dalton's law of partial pressures. Next concept is that. So when we take what now here? Moist gas and dry gas. What is the difference between these two? Moist gas and dry gas. Moist gas is equal to what? Moist gas is equal to dry gas plus some water vapor. Moist gas is nothing but dry gas plus some water vapor will be there in that. So that is called moist gas. So for the moist gas, okay, there will be some pressure. Now moist gas is the single gas or mixture of gases? Moist gas is the mixture of two gases. One is the dry gas and one is what? Water vapor. Suppose I am taking here moist nitrogen gas. So moist nitrogen gas means what? It is wet or dry. Moist gas is equal to the dry nitrogen gas plus what? Water vapor. Water vapor also is the gas, na? So water vapor is one gas here and nitrogen dry gas is one gas. So the mixture of these two gases is equal to what? Moist gas. Now moist gas is what now? Mixture of how many? Two non-reacting gases. Non-reacting gases meaning what? Non-reacting gases means they don't react with each other. So here the moist nitrogen is equal to what, ma? Dry nitrogen gas plus water vapor. Dry nitrogen gas plus water vapor is equal to what? The moist gas pressure. That point we have to understand here. So is the point clear? So moist nitrogen gas is equal to what? Dry nitrogen gas plus water vapor. Now it is a mixture of what? Two non-reacting gases. What are the two non-reacting gases here? One is dry nitrogen, one is water vapor. Now here, the total pressure of this moist nitrogen gas is equal to the partial pressure of dry nitrogen gas plus the partial pressure of water vapor. The partial pressure of water vapor. Now tell me here, pressure of moist gas. Pressure of moist gas means P of moist gas, the total pressure of moist gas is equal to what, ma? Pressure of moist gas is equal to what plus what? Pressure of partial pressure of dry gas plus partial pressure of water vapor. Partial pressure of water vapor. So the partial pressure of water vapor is taken as aqueous tension. What is that called? Partial pressure of water vapor is called aqueous tension. Aqueous tension. Aqueous tension at given temperature. The aqueous tension at a particular temperature. At a particular temperature, it is called what? Aqueous tension. So the pressure of water vapor at a particular temperature, is called what, ma? Aqueous tension. So the pressure of dry gas plus pressure of water vapor is equal to pressure of moist gas. Suppose some gas, nitrogen gas is collected above the water surface. Above the surface of water, we have collected what? Nitrogen gas. Now this nitrogen gas will be moist or dry above the water surface? It will be moist. That means what? The dry nitrogen is there in that. Some water vapor also is there above the surface of the water if we collect any gas. So if the gas is collected above the surface of the water, what will be there in that? Water vapor will be there some quantity and this dry gas is there. So dry gas plus the water vapor together it is called moist gas. That's why here. Now dry gas pressure, tell me. The pressure of dry gas. The pressure of dry gas is equal to what minus what here? Pressure of moist gas. Pressure of moist gas minus what? Pressure of what here? Aqueous tension means what? Water vapor. So directly what we can take now here? Aqueous tension. Aqueous tension. So aqueous tension we have to subtract from what? Moist gas pressure. Then we get what? Dry gas pressure. So the pressure of dry gas is equal to pressure of moist gas minus what? Aqueous tension. So this value will be given to you. This value will be given to you in problems, numerical problems. And you will also be given the pressure of moist gas. They will not say directly the pressure of moist gas. They don't mention in the numerical problem the word moist gas. They say that some particular gas is collected above the surface of water, they say. Some gas is collected above the surface of the water which has some X atm pressure, they say. Now this X atm pressure given, suppose, what is that value? It is the pressure of moist gas because the gas collected at surface of the water, na? Just above the surface of the water, if any gas is collected, that is called what? Moist gas. We have to imagine. They don't mention moist gas. So if the pressure is given for any gas which is collected above the surface of the water, that pressure should be taken as what? Moist gas pressure. And they ask you to calculate what? Dry gas pressure. And aqueous tension will be given at that particular temperature. Whatever they mention temperature in the numerical problem, at that temperature, aqueous tension of water will be given to you. And moist gas pressure will be given indirectly. They don't mention moist gas name, but they say gas collected above the surface of water. So moist gas pressure is known, aqueous tension is given in the problem. Then what we can calculate? Dry gas pressure we can calculate. Dry gas pressure is equal to moist gas pressure minus aqueous tension, means the pressure of the partial pressure of water vapor is called aqueous tension. So this problem is concept is very important in numerical problems. Okay. So what we can state now here? Dalton's law of partial pressures states that the total pressure of a gaseous mixture. This moist gas also is gaseous mixture. The total pressure of a gaseous mixture is equal to the sum of SUM, the sum of partial pressures of individual gases. Individual gases, what here? Dry gas is one individual gas, water vapor is one individual gas in this. So this concept is very important to understand about what Dalton's law of partial pressures. So is the concept clear to all? So first point what we have discussed is Dalton's law of partial pressure states that the total pressure of a gaseous mixture, the total pressure of a gaseous mixture, the total pressure of a gaseous mixture is equal to the sum of partial pressures of what? All the individual gases. Sum of the partial pressures of all the individual gases. So the same thing, you can take the notes of this also when I send you the PPT. Okay. When I send you this PPT, please go through that. And need not to send PPT. You have to prepare on your own by reading any one reference book. You have to make your own points. While reading the textbook, any standard book or material, you have to make your important points. Whatever you feel important, that points you have to write in a notebook. That is your own preparation. Okay. Now, Dalton's law of partial pressures. According to this law, when two or more gases which do not react chemically, which do not react with each other chemically, are kept in a closed vessel. Suppose we keep in closed vessel, the total pressure exerted by the mixture, is equal to the sum of the partial pressures of individual gases. The sum of the partial pressures of what? Individual gases. So like this here, the total pressure of the gaseous mixture of non-reacting gases is equal to what? The partial pressures of, the sum of the partial pressures of all the individual gases. So this is what now here total pressure. Okay. So where P1, P2, P3 are what? Partial pressures of the gases. Means first gas, second gas, third gas. For the first gas, partial pressure is P1. For second gas, P2. For third gas, P3. Okay, ma. So in this way, the partial pressures we have to consider here. Okay, it's about what now here, Dalton's law of partial pressures. Now another point, important point, what we have to understand, partial pressures or partial pressure is the pressure exerted by a gas, means an individual gas, when it is present alone in the same container and at the same temperature. Suppose in one container, we have taken gaseous mixture. Three gases we have taken, gas 1, gas 2, gas 3 we have taken in container. In that container, three gases are there. What are there? Three gases are present in the container. The three gases will be having what now? Partial pressure 1, partial pressure 2, partial pressure 3. Now, if partial pressure 1 is to be calculated, only gas 1 should be taken in the same container of the mixture. Now, total mixture should be removed. The total mixture should be removed. And in that same empty container of same volume, we have to take only gas 1 alone. Only individual gas 1 alone. In that case, that is called partial pressure of that individual gas. In the gaseous mix, suppose gaseous mixture is taken in 10 liters volume container. In the container of 10 liters volume, gaseous mixture taken. Three gases we have taken. Now, in the same container of 10 liters volume, if you take only one gas, any one gas of the mixture separately, then the pressure exerted by that particular gas is called what? Partial pressure. So partial pressure is what? The pressure exerted by a gas when it is present alone in the same container and at the same temperature. Is that clear, ma? So this point mainly we have to understand here. Now, partial pressure of a gas is equal to what? Number of moles of that particular gas upon total number of moles. So this ratio is called what now here? This ratio is called the mole fraction, right? Mole fraction of the gas into total pressure. Into what? Total pressure of the gaseous mixture. This total pressure will be given to you. Okay? And mole fraction, how to calculate, ma? Mole fraction is equal to what here? Number of moles of that particular gas divided by total number of moles in the mixture. So this is what now here, Dalton's law of partial pressures. And if a number of gases having volumes V1, V2, V3 at pressures P1, P2, P3 are mixed. Now three gases having volumes what? V1, V2, V3. And the same three volumes having pressures what? P1, P2, P3. When they are mixed together in a container of volume V, total volume is what now? V. In that case, P total is equal to, okay, P1 V1 plus P2 V2 plus P3 V3. Three gases we have taken upon V. The sum of P1 V1 plus P2 V2 plus P3 V3 upon V will give a total pressure. Otherwise, we can take P into V total, P total into V total, P total into, if you take this V total this side, P total into V total is equal to P1 V1 plus P2 V2 plus P3 V3. Got it my concept? P into V, P total into V total, P total into V total is equal to what? P1 V1 plus P2 V2 plus P3 V3. Like that we got P total is equal to P1 V1 plus P2 V2 plus P3 V3 divided by V total. It is V total here, total volume. So in this way, what we get now here, N1 plus N2 plus N3. This is what total number of moles into RT by V. Because here PV is equal nRT, we know. PV is equal nRT. PV is equal nRT is what? Ideal gas. PV is equal nRT is what? Ideal gas. Okay. So if you take only P here, only P is equal to what now? P is equal to nRT by V. P is equal to what? nRT by V. So nRT by V. P is equal to. That is what total pressure here. The total pressure of the gaseous mixture is equal to the total pressure P is equal to what here? nRT by V from ideal gas equation. From the same concept, we have taken this one here. So P total into V total. P total into V total is equal to P1 V1 plus P2 V2 plus P3 V3. So next thing what we have to understand is that important applications of this Dalton's law. This law is used in the calculation of following relationships. First one is what? Mole fraction of the gas. First gas I'm taking here. So mole fraction of the gas in the mixture, okay, is equal to partial pressure of the particular gas divided by total pressure. The ratio of partial pressure of a particular gas to total pressure. The partial gas by total pressure. This ratio is equal to what? Mole fraction. Because already we have taken one relation, partial pressure is equal to mole fraction into P total. Partial pressure is equal to mole fraction into P total. From that we got mole fraction is equal to partial pressure by total pressure. Partial pressure of that individual gas by total pressure. So this is what now here mole fraction, right? And second thing what we have to understand is that percentage of a what here particular gas in mixture is equal to partial pressure of that particular gas by total pressure into 100. Okay, so here percentage means what? How much percentage of that particular gas is there? Suppose how much percentage of first gas is there in the gaseous mixture of three gases? If they ask you, the partial means mole fraction of the first gas, mole fraction of the first gas into 100. Mole fraction of first gas meaning what? Partial pressure of first gas by total pressure. This will give mole fraction of first gas into 100. Will give the percentage of that particular first gas in that mixture. So this is another application of Dalton's law. And another application is what here? Pressure of dry gas collected over water. Pressure of dry gas collected over the water means above the surface of the water. When a gas is collected over the water, it becomes moist. The gas becomes what? Moist. It becomes wet. It becomes wet due to water vapor, which exerts its own partial pressure. The water vapor also will exert what? Some pressure. This partial pressure also exerts what? It also exerts some partial pressure of its own at the same temperature of the gas. Whatever the temperature of the gas, at the same temperature, the water vapor also will be exhibiting what? Some pressure. This partial pressure of water vapor is called aqueous tension. What is it called? Aqueous tension. So what is aqueous tension? The partial pressure of water vapor at a given temperature of gas is called what? Aqueous tension. Thus, the dry gas pressure here, the pressure of dry gas is equal to what? Pressure of moist gas minus pressure of water vapor. This pressure of moist gas is nothing but here total pressure of mixture. Now here moist gas is the mixture or individual gas. Moist gas is what? Mixture. the total pressure of the gaseous mixture, that is moist gas pressure, minus partial pressure of the water vapor, that is the aqueous tension. This will give what now here? The dry gas pressure. So in this way, dry gas we can pressure we can calculate. And limitations of this Dalton's law. Limitations meaning what? Drawbacks. Drawbacks of this Dalton's law. So this law is applicable only when the component gases, when the individual gases in the mixture do not react. When they do not react with each other, only this law is applicable. Remember, in the gaseous mixture, the gases should not be reacting with each other. That is, the mixture of non-reacting gases must be taken. For that mixtures only it is applicable. Remember, for example, we have taken these gases here. So now oxygen, CO, oxygen and nitrogen, CO and CO2, they don't react. N2 and Cl2, they don't react at room temperature. CO and N2, they don't react. So these all cases, in these cases, what happens here? The mixture of CO and N2, the mixture of CO and CO2, the mixture of N2 and Cl2, these all mixtures are non-reacting gaseous mixtures. They don't react with each other. For these mixtures, the Dalton's law is applicable. The Dalton's law is applicable for these mixtures because they are non-reacting gases. These two are non-reacting gases. So the mixture of CO and CO2 will follow Dalton's law of partial pressure. And this law is not applicable to gases which combine chemically, which react chemically. When the two gases are combining chemically, when they're reacting with each other, for example, what H2 and Cl2 will combine with each other. They react with each other to form HCl. Like that here, H2 and Cl2 mixture is what? Reacting gaseous mixture. For this mixture, the Dalton's law cannot be applied. And CO and Cl2 will react with each other. NH3 HBr, NH3 HCl. So NH3 versus HBr, NH3 versus HCl, and NH3 versus HI. These all cases what ammonia versus HBr, HCl. These two will be reacting mixture. NH3 HBr is reacting mixture. NH3 and HCl reacting mixture. When NH3 reacts with HCl, what will form? NH4Cl will form. NH4Cl will be forming. Like that, a reacting mixture. Next, NO and O2, nitric oxide and oxygen are reacting gases. But N2 and O2 what? Non-reacting. N2 and O2 non-reacting, but NO and O2 reacting. So if the two gases are reactive gases, when they combine chemically with each other, when they react chemically with each other, for that mixture, Dalton's law is not applicable. This point mainly we have to remember. Okay, is that clear, my concept? So Dalton's law cannot be applied to this type of gases. So Dalton's law is very important law to be applied here. And many numerical problems will be there based on what? The pressure of moist gas and pressure of dry gas. Okay, please go through that thoroughly. Any reference book you can go through, or our material you can go through thoroughly. Okay, bye, good day.